All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. I want to start out the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushai said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. And this individual you see on the screen, and it's funny how he just popped up. I remember this individual a few years back. I believe I think he used to go about a YouTube handle, Lion from the Lion of the Tribes, or Lion of Judah from Baltimore, something to that effect, right? And this individual, used to always, be over the top, okay? Whether it was on Instagram, whether it was on YouTube, but he was always an individual that was over the top when he was teaching. Not really too much balanced in his teaching, but over the top, like I said. Yeah, pretty much this guy. No, we'll play the game. Pretty much, this individual, he went back into the world, and as you can see, he goes, he got a YouTube channel now. Instead of doing pushing forth lessons and doing videos, instead of being focused on doing the work and into this truth, well, you see what he's doing here now, okay? Something of the world. And you see his channel name is Battle Rap Top. Now go sit down. All right, Salakia. Nevertheless, everyone got their folly of what they do. And I was just watching a rap battle, Loaded Lux, and the individual goes by the name of Geechee Gotti. And for somehow, the spirit had this individual pop up. But see, this is just a lesson to the spirit of, this is why you need to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let me get that scripture. It's a fearful thing, right? Scripture speak about it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And the Lord can take the spirit from you, right? He could take that oil from you. And this is what happened to this individual. And I know a few other individuals that this happened to as well. But as you can see, look what he's invested into now instead of this truth. Instead of flipping his talents, look what he's invested to now. Doing all these different videos. You see? About what? About a different battle rap. That's why it's the name of his title is Battle Rap Top, because this is what he's talking about. He's no longer talking about what's going on in the scriptures. He's no longer concerned with prophecy. No longer concerned with the holy scriptures. And look what he's into. You see? This is what he's into now. This is, his life, his life's purpose, so to speak. You see, because look, the Lord took that oil from him. All right. So this leads me to the book of Mark, the 4th chapter. And I want to start at verse 1. It says, and he began to teach by the seaside, and there was gathered unto him a great multitude, speaking of Yahushai, so that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was by the sea of the land. And he taught them many things by parables, and he said unto them in his doctrine, hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow, and it came to pass as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up, and some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And other fell on good ground, and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some 100. And he said unto them, he that have an ear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. So Yahweh Shai always explained, right? When he got with his men, he always explained to them what he was actually saying, because amongst the multitude of people, he was talking in parables. He was talking in riddles. Verse 12 says that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven. Now Yahweh Shai is about to break down this parable, right? The parable of the sower. It says, and he said unto them, know ye not this parable? And how then will you know all parables? The sower soweth the word. All these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. And these are likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Now, I don't know if this is the case which happened with this individual right here. I know he got rebuked a few times, right? And I don't remember how well he dealt with the rebuke, but I don't know if he fell out because he got offended, you know. I'm not exactly sure. I forget because it was a few years back. Verse 17, it says, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. And such are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, in the cares of this world, in the deceitfulness of riches, in the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. All right. So the point is, the word got choked out of this individual. Okay. And this is what he's putting his time into now. His time is focused into what? Building a platform, building a podcast, and not what? Building his spiritual riches. Okay. He's building and putting all his talents, so to speak, or his money is something where moth and dust can corrupt, right? That's what he's into. I want to get that scripture real fast. 1 second, little man. Pull that scripture out. 1 second. And Salakia, forgive me. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and dust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust, Salakia, I was saying dust, Salakia, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do break through, Salakia, where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So we see where his treasure is. His treasure in his mind is focused on this world, how he can continue to build in this world. Okay. And like I said, I remember because when I was first coming in a few years back, I remember this individual. Okay. I remember how hard he used to go. I'm talking about he used to be going into the highways and byways 3-4 times a week, and you would just all see him just cussing people out, man, and this is where, when you first came in, it was like people was getting cussed the hell out. I'm talking about rough, it wasn't as more calm and toned down and balanced as you see now, but more of a while back in 2017 and the time where you was getting, if you was getting cussed out, man, through the spirit, right? But he used to always just be, he used to just be over the top though. You know, he just never had that balance. Okay? And he used to just be on Instagram, just, wilding out. He was just, brothers know he was over the top. But the point is, this individual is building something in this world that's, ultimately going to fail. And it's a scary thing because, like I said, I remember this dude, man. I used to be like, dang, he had a lot of time on his hands to go out there and do the work. But at the end of the day, he didn't have the sufficiency to continue to build. And actually, it's the Lord that took that spirit away from him. So it's a scary thing. It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 28. It says, "For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? Lest happily, after ye have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish." So I know even not just brothers in the truth, but I know individuals that was, out in the world who he was rebuking. I know they're probably looking at him like, dang, like I remember you used to cuss us out and say this and say that. Now look at you. You back you out here with us. What happened to all that stuff you used to say? What, you don't believe it anymore? People was probably saying and thinking these different things. But, just a quick hit through the spirit. As I said, I was watching, my folly, watching the rap battle, what I do from time to time. And he popped right up. And it just reassured me of, man, I got to, myself, I want to continue to pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai that I'm able to continue to endure this thing until the end, Lord willing, that I may be able to finish the course of this fight. Okay? Because look what he's into, man. This is what he's into now. He's not anybody, but it's just this is just an example. This is just an example. I think it was like Lion from the tribe of Judah, something to that effect. Wow, unbelievable. Look at him rapping, trying to create a podcast. Yeah, this is crazy. Crazy, man. It's a fearful thing, man.
You wildin', bro. Bro, fuck it is, man. Pill Bellamy in this bitch, you heard me. You mad enough. Hey, Gotti Hood. You mad enough. Bro, this is unbelievable, bro. My man Jay Black say this is egregious. This is dirty.
Hey, man, so fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. The Lord can take that spirit from you. He could take that oil, man. Fear Yahweh Shemel Shai. Shalom.